This week on NOMOFOMO, we're getting into our first mini-mo.
A love letter to Sandra Oh.
Mini-mo,
Sandra Oh, mini-mo, Sandra Oh.
Let's get into it. Hey there, NOMOFOMO listeners. Welcome to our first ever mini-mo.
Mini-mo!
Mini-mo, mini-mo, mini-mo. All right, so what we decided is that we wanted to break up our format a little bit, and we're going to focus on one thing. We're going to be really concise, we're going to dive deep. And this week, we're going to have a mini-mo about Sandra Oh.
Our love letter to Sandra Oh.
Mini-mo, Sandra Oh.
That is it. Amen. We love Sandra Oh so much, and there's so many different reasons why we love her. Number one being that she's Canadian.
Yes.
Right? So props.
Oh,
props.
Canada.
I know, 100%.
Yes.
I think she's amazing. And she's having a moment right now.
A huge moment.
Like, it is about time she had this moment because she's been around for a while.
Yes.
She's been doing this for a long time.
She's been working her little Asian Canadian American ass off.
Yes, she
For
has.
like 30 years.
Yes, yeah. So let's talk about a little bit about her background.
Yes.
Like, so she's Korean. She comes from an immigrant family.
Yes.
She was born in Korea, and then they moved here when...
No, she was born in Canada.
Oh, she was born in Canada.
Yeah,
Okay,
she was,
all right.
her parents
okay.
moved to Canada from Korea.
Got it.
To Nepean. Do we know where that is? It's
No.
just
No, it's in
outside
Ottawa. Yeah.
Oh,
It's a suburb
okay.
of Ottawa. And so that's where she was born to her Korean immigrant parents in 1971.
Okay.
Oh, right.
So that puts her in her mid-40s. Like mid to
Absolutely.
late 40s. She's,
Yes.
just a little older than me.
Yeah.
And, yeah, go on.
Okay, yeah. So then she also has been known to say, like, we've been doing a bit of research on her, and so she's been, she doesn't have a university degree. So she's actually the only one in her family that doesn't have a master's in something. So she's been known to say that.
Yeah.
And of course, coming from a Korean family, I don't think her parents are very happy with her not kind of going to university and getting her master's.
Yes.
So that was a whole thing.
Yes.
But look how far she's come. Mm-hmm. There you go. Just goes to show you don't need no university degree or a master's in order to
no.
walk a red carpet, honey.
Well, it's so funny. One of the articles I was just reading is she was saying how, her parents are super proud of her
Yes,
siblings
sure.
because they're highly educated and super successful. And she said, the first time I ever really felt like my parents acknowledged my success or how proud they were of me is when they saw me on a billboard.
Totally. Yes.
I love
yes.
it.
And that was for Killing Eve, which is our latest obsession. Season 2 just started, and Carla, I know you haven't watched it yet.
I have not.
We are going to, a little later in this mini-mo,
Yes.
we're going to basically tell you a little bit about Killing Eve. and
Okay,
tell you-
I'm
so
ready
that's
for
gonna
that.
be like our streaming club.
Yes.
Why you need to watch this.
It's so good. There's so many good things about that show. It's fantastic. And we actually just stumbled upon it the first season. Like, we were just kind of like, oh, Sandra Oh, Killing Eve.
We love her, yeah.
Let's give it a go. And it's amazing. It is binge worthy.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah,
I
it's
cannot
fabulous.
wait.
Okay.
I want to share a little bit more about her background.
Yes,
because
yes.
I thought this was really interesting. So she
Yeah.
has a brother named Ray.
Okay.
And a sister named Grace.
Okay.
And of course, she's Sandra. And I always love this when first generation Canadians are given very Western names.
Yes,
Right? And I think
indeed.
we've all explored this. Like, growing up
yes.
in, going to elementary school in Northwest Calgary, there were a lot of Asian students there. And, the teacher on the first day of class, they'd be reading out these very Chinese names.
Yes.
Especially, there was a lot of Chinese students. They'd be reading out the names, and they were always really hard to pronounce. They'd be like, it's Grace.
Exactly.
It's Joe.
Totally.
They always had like the most whitewashed
Yes. Oh,
Canadian names.
Absolutely.
So I thought it was funny that, this is obviously something her parents thought about, that they wanted them to.
You know what?
Absolutely.
The Browns don't think about that, though.
Oh, hell no.
No, like Alykhan, Alykhan. That is 7 letters, y'all, in my first name. So the Browns are like, you know what? We don't give a fuck. Your name is your name. We are not changing it for nobody.
No one.
But she does have an interesting middle name. So her middle name is Miju.
Oh.
which is so cute. Did
It
you
is.
know that?
It's adorable.
No, I didn't know
Yeah,
that at all.
Sandra Miju. Oh,
It's cute.
right. So she's coming from some good family values.
Yes.
She's got a smart family. Her dad was in business. Her mom was a biochemist.
Same.
So smart. You're a biochemist,
Yes,
Carla?
yes, I am.
Goodness, didn't know that.
Yeah, just
wow.
part-time.
So talented.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
But let's talk about her career, because her career spans a long ways, and I didn't even realize how much work she's done until I went to her IMDb and started doing a little bit of research.
Sure.
Like, this goes back a long, long way. So, what is the first thing you ever remember seeing Sandra Oh in?
Oh, girl.
Well, I'm gonna say Grey's Anatomy. Like that's
Grey's- yeah, same.
That's where I
Same.
kind of know
Yeah.
her from.
But we all know you don't get to Shonda Rhimes, you know, just like fresh out of acting school.
Totally.
No.
Totally.
Yes.
No, she's been hustling hard. I'll tell you what I remember her from.
Yes.
This was the very first time I ever saw her. A little Canadian cult film
Oh, I love
called Last Night. Now, I made Allie watch this the other day because he'd never seen it.
Adam
and-
McGoyan, right?
Pardon me?
Directed by Adam McGoyan.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
All right.
it
Yeah,
is.
he's our
Okay.
little darling
Yeah.
director.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
and with Ian McKellar.
Yeah, yeah.
McKellar?
Yeah, Ian McKellar, yeah.
McKellar, yeah. Anyway, I remember watching this movie ages and ages ago.
Sarah
and-
Polly.
Sarah Polly.
All of it.
All the Canadians.
Yes,
All the Canadians.
every single Canadian entertainer was in that
Yes,
movie.
Totally.
An amazing story. So, here's what the story is about.
Yeah.
Is basically, it's the end of the world.
Okay.
Okay,
As
the
we
world
know it.
is going to end
Yes.
at midnight.
Yes,
And this is basically a summary of how people are spending their last day on Earth.
they're getting D.
There is
There,
a lot of
there
that.
is- there's
That is
one
happening.
guy that is just getting it left, right, and center.
Yeah, he's going
That's the
for
way
it.
he wants to go down, which is fine. You know, you do you.
That's right. Sandra is on a mission to go get everything she needs because her and her husband have a plan. Sorry, were they husband and wife or were they just dating?
They were husband and wife.
That's right, they
just
were
met,
new.
They just met like 3 weeks ago or something, and
Right.
then decided to get married once they found out the news that the world was going to end.
Okay.
They got married, and then they had this whole thing about.
And we don't want to give it away.
Well, I mean,
guess we can.
We can say whatever we want.
They're gonna kill each
They're
other
gonna
at
kill each
midnight.
other,
Cool, sexy.
right?
Yeah, so
they're
they've
like,
got the whole
we
plan.
don't want the world to take us. We want to take ourselves.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's really good. But
Yeah.
of course, her plan gets a little bit foiled. You know, she ends up on this sidetrack where she meets
This other
Ian, and they become friends, and he's planning to spend the day by himself after going to his mom's mock Christmas dinner.
Right.
Which was so awkward.
Which was so awkward and
listen,
painful.
So that's what the movie's about, and then it's like there's songs and like so the whole there's like a constant in the whole movie where there's the radio station is basically playing the top
Top 500 songs ever.
Love it.
I know, but the songs
over
are
that.
lame. I was like listening and I'm like, what in the hell? I'm like, I would no. The songs were lame.
Was it all Canadian? Was it like just Blue Rodeo and Tragically Hip?
There was a lot of that, which I mean, tragically, it
fine.
has
Yes.
its time and
Yes.
whatevs. Like
Yeah.
it's good.
But spoiler alert, can I tell you what was the number one song?
Let's sing it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Guantanamera,
Oh, girl.
Bahide Guantanamera,
Guantanamera.
So good.
Yeah. So it's a beauty.
Okay,
That song is
okay.
great. So I'll give props for that song.
And Sandra does an amazing job
Yeah,
in
like
this film.
she's pretty stellar, and she's pretty much the only one in the whole movie that does a good job. So just warning you, because I was like watching it at the edge of my seat, and I'm like ready for it because Jason's been talking about it for so long, and I'm like, okay, gagging. I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be so good, and
Yeah.
I was like,
Nuts.
this is the movie.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's
It's
it,
you know
girl.
what? It's a very artful film. It's something that
Yeah.
you
It
can
is, yeah.
digest later. This is what I love about it is you're digesting it later, and you're like, well, I don't know how would I
True.
spend my last day.
True.
Like, would I be the mother who wanted to have the last pretend Christmas dinner, or would I be the
Never.
guy that would just like make a list of everybody I wanted to have sex with from
Yeah.
my whole life?
For
Or,
sure.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
how do you
Yeah.
reconcile the end of the world?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, great film. Sandra,
good.
amazing, excellent.
So she's done a lot of shows, a lot of she's been in plays in Canada. She started off doing, I wouldn't say Broadway, but plays. That's kind of how she started.
Yeah.
And then she is also in a couple of like biographies, biopics,
Yeah.
where she actually played Adrienne Clarkson.
No way.
Who is
Governor General, the best one.
The best
Yeah.
one. And she was so, I love her so
Same.
much.
Same.
Like, I look at her and I'm like, oh my God, you
Yes.
are amazing.
Elegance.
Yeah, eleganza,
Grace.
extravaganza, 100%. So yeah, she actually played her, which was pretty awesome.
So Sandra's also done a lot of voiceover work over the years too. She's done some animated shows, including Robot Chicken. You guys ever watch Robot Chicken?
Unfortunately not.
No. American Dad, which we love. I love American
Do
Dad.
we?
I love it.
Do we
It's so
love it?
silly. I
No.
think it's great.
I think you love it.
But then I was looking up some of these other films. and
I'll watch American Daddy, but you know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, girl. Ooh, girl.
But there have been so many roles that I was like, I think I need to rewatch these movies because she
Sure.
had maybe a smaller part.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Under the Tuscan Sun,
I remember her so well from that.
right? Sideways.
Yes. Oh, I
Sideways.
when she
Good
because
movie.
she hooked up with Thomas. Oh, what's his name? But the big guy, and yes, and so they hooked up when he was about to get married. That
Sideways.
Sideways is amazing.
It is-
That
it is
needs to
great-
go
it's
back
a
on our
great
stream
show.
club.
Yeah, totally. We need to watch that again.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was in The Princess Diaries, which I never saw because I'm not a 12-year-old girl.
I saw it because I am.
So am I.
And even Bean, like the Mr. Bean movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
well
I mean,
done.
I have to say I love an actor like this who has been in so many things.
Yes.
And her reach, her network must be huge, right? Like she's like the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon,
Yes.
almost. Where probably you'd say, oh well, do you know so and so? She's like, oh yeah, I did a film with them once,
Absolutely.
right? Like so she's kind of had this little, I don't want to call it like underground career, but maybe pre Grey's Anatomy.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was, she could probably comfortably go down the street, get her groceries, go to a restaurant,
Yes.
and not get completely bombarded.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Whereas, obviously Grey's took it, right to the next level. And now, let's talk about all the things that are making her the breakout.
Well, let's talk about her Grays because she
Grays.
received 5 Emmy nominations for her work on Grey's Anatomy. 5. That's pretty spectacular.
Absolutely.
And then she took home a Golden Globe for playing Dr. Yang in 2006. So that was supporting
Yes.
actress, which was incredible. And do you know that she did 220 episodes of that show?
Wow, that is outstanding.
Isn't it? Yeah.
That is some good,
That's some
consistent
work ethic.
It is. Absolutely it is. Yeah. So I feel like that was absolutely fantastic for her.
Yes.
And what else? What else?
Well, I think that what has really brought her to the next level, like even the next level,
Yes.
has been Killing Eve.
Yes. Yeah,
she is
indeed.
the lead character, and so Allie and I want to just quickly go over this show
Yes.
and why you need to be watching it immediately.
I heard it's going to give me a lot of lesbian feels.
It'll give you some lesbian
Yes.
feels.
Yeah,
all
I'm
the
ready.
feels.
I'm
All
ready
the
for
She's
that.
actually not playing like a lesbian,
Yes,
per
yes,
se.
yes.
But she's married to a man.
Sure.
So her name is Eve Pilastri, and she is
I love that name. Eve Pilastri.
Pilastri.
Isn't that so good?
It
I just
is.
love,
So
love.
she's a low-level MI5 security officer.
Oh my God, so am I.
Oh my God, look at you. Kiki Carla.
Do you sleep?
Around.
But she's got a desk job, and it's kind of boring, right? So
Right.
she basically is like, she has ambition to be a full spy.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
As we all do.
Yeah.
But she puts together this whole series of murders across Europe, and she's like, no, this is being done by one person. We have a serial killer situation.
Girl.
And so she's the one that figures it out. And so
course she
then she
does.
convinces her superiors to let her really get into this and investigate it.
Oh, it's such a sexy
So
show.
good. So the woman who is committing all these murders is called Villanelle. And
Villanelle, that's the best
Yes.
name ever.
best
Yeah,
name ever.
yeah.
She's absolutely beautiful. She's cunning, and this life of being a hired hit
Sure.
basically affords her the luxuries of life. Like she is dressed in full Burberry, full
Oh my God, like,
every designer, Dries Van
there-
Noten. She's
there-
wearing ball gowns. I mean,
There's this one episode where she's wearing this pink I don't even know, it's like a ballerina gown.
Sure.
And she's sitting on this old school sofa, and she lives in Paris, and her apartment in Paris
it's
is
very
gorgeous.
Dior.
Oh my God, it is such a beautiful scene.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's absolutely amazing. And then the new season just came out, and it's also, we just watched the first episode, and it's fucking incredible.
Yes!
It's so good. And actually, this show is based on a series of novels, which I didn't know.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Until I started reading. So it's actually based on novels called Codename Villanelle, novella series by Luke Jennings.
Thank goodness to the entertainment people
Right?
who don't make us read anymore.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
that.
Yes, totally,
Yes.
totally.
Well, it becomes this whole cat and mouse game because Eve is hunting Villanelle, but Villanelle is smart and she knows.
She knows.
She
She
knows they're
knows.
onto her. But as she starts trying to figure out Eve, they become sort of fascinated with each other.
Yes.
And so they're hunting each other, but they're
Gives
like,
me all the
you
feels.
know, like they get close to each other, and then, you know, it's like, what happens?
She
The
actually
relationship.
breaks into her apartment.
Yes.
She breaks into her apartment, and they're like, she's about to kill her. Like,
Yeah,
she,
yeah.
Well, we think that she's gonna get. We think Eve's
Yeah.
going down. Like she's
Yeah.
gonna get murdered.
But then they have this conversation that is so amazing, and they're just like sitting face to face and having this conversation
Over
and then-
dinner.
Oh yeah,
Girl.
Like she's eating stew.
Yeah, like it's incredible, and Sandra Oh does such a fantastic job. It's actually crazy. And one quick note too, when I was reading up on this show, is that when Sandra Oh got the script for it,
Yes.
she didn't think that the producers of the show actually wanted her to play the main character because she said in an interview that she's so washed about, okay, well, you know what, they don't want me.
Yeah,
I'm
they
the
just
supporting
they-
lead.
yeah.
I'm the supporting
I'm
character.
always going to be the supporting. They just want a white
Exactly.
lady to
yeah.
play.
A younger white lady.
Exactly.
Yes. Mhm.
Exactly. So anyway, you know, it's nice. It's nice that, you know,
Absolutely.
she's kind of having a moment and killing it on
Yes.
Killing Eve. And
Pun intended.
100% pun intended. And so now, what did she hosted the Golden Globes?
She hosted
Yeah.
the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Which is such a huge deal.
Huge deal.
Massive.
Her and Andy Samberg. Mm-hmm. It was hilarious.
She was awesome.
And the thing, when they hosted together, he was brilliant because you know why? He said his lines, but he truly, and I'm getting goosebumps just even talking about it, he truly did not take any single moment away from her. It was her show and everybody knew it. I think that they sort of got him with her so that of course they could, you know, play off jokes and whatnot, which, you know, definitely works. But, you know, in terms of that sort of idea of these old stubborn Hollywood execs that are all just like a bunch of old white men that they're like, but we can't not have a show with somebody not white and a male. So I think that, you know, he was put in, you know, that hosting role because of that. But the thing is, he knew exactly where he was in this moment in time. And like I said, he let her have the spotlight not let her, he just knew he knew his place. He knew his lane, where he was, and it was very smart because she was absolutely the star. You could not get your eyes off of her. She was hilarious.
Yes.
She was so articulate and charming, and it was just like the world needed to see what everyone else had seen for so long.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, I think the difference is that Andy Samberg is a comedian first.
Yes.
Sandra Oh is an actor.
Yes.
Right? Like, she's funny. But she is an actor, and she was going to mop up the floor with him. Let's
Yeah.
just be clear about
Yes. Yeah.
that. Right? She's just too good.
She
Yeah.
is
And he
fantastic.
And he
knew
knew
his
that.
role.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Totally.
he let her, so he was okay being the plus one, and I loved it.
Well, to me, that is men across the world, you know, that toxic masculinity, that is like a sign to them that's saying like, know your place, know your role. And that's hot. I'm well done, Andy.
Totally.
For letting the star
Shine.
shine.
Be born.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about Saturday Night Live, too, because this is another
Yes. Huge.
deal.
Yes. And we watched it and we were gagging. We were gagging for it. And
So funny.
She was hilarious.
Yes.
She was hilarious and she looked fantastic.
Those bangs.
When she came out, I was like, oh my God, yes. And then when she introduced the band
Yes.
that was playing,
Yeah.
and which we loved. The band was awesome. I can't even remember his name. It was some sort of weirdy name. Remember, it was like the
Yeah. It
Anyway,
was really good.
we'll figure out what the name was and we'll let you know. But when she came out, she was wearing a white T-shirt that had a CBC logo on it,
Yes!
The old
and
school
a black
one.
and a
Yes.
black blazer, and she looked fantastic. It was just like, you know what? She's a Canadian through and through. Even though she just became a U.S. citizen, she still appreciates Canada and kind of knows her roots and where she's from. And I love that.
And that
I
was
love
the
that about
shtick
her.
in the opening monologue, was her acknowledging that she was, you know, an Asian Canadian,
Yeah.
and that she was now an American. I think it was like the year before she got her full citizenship.
Yes.
So good for her. But then she talked a little bit about, well, now I need to learn what it's like to be an American, because Americans are so confident, and you know, they'll talk about their accomplishments and make noise for themselves.
Right.
But for me, she's like, I'm Canadian. I have to apologize for everything.
Yes, yes,
I
yes,
can't
yes.
do that. You know, so it was super cute.
Yeah.
Well, in her words, she says, "It's an honor just to be Asian."
100%. 100%.
The musical guest was Tame Impala.
Tame Impala, there you go.
That's a great name, too.
It's a great name.
Yes.
He's so good. He's kind of like indie and has a little bit of like, I don't know, it's very sexy. It was really great.
Kind of moody,
It was a
somber.
Totally. It was a
but,
perfect
like,
combination.
great vocals.
And it kind of sounds like something that you would hear on Killing Eve, because the soundtrack on Killing Eve is incredible. Like
Well, of
the
course it
songs that they
is.
play is like moody and
Yes.
like it's perfect. It's
Anything that's
perfection.
BBC, you know the music is going to be so good.
Oh, yeah.
100%. And let's also not forget that she was the first Asian woman nominated for Best Actress for Killing Eve in 2018.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
She did not
but
win.
She did not win.
She did
it
not
was
win.
Claire Foy won.
That's right. But
You know,
still,
come
she
on,
was
The
still,
Crown was pretty good. We got to give her that.
Yeah,
but
of course.
I think, you know,
But she was
It's
still
coming.
nominated.
next year.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh,
there's
it
no
is.
question.
It is. I bet you now she's going to start getting a lot of movie roles.
Yes.
But, I mean, I have to say, it's kind of sad that, like, you know, she had to have this in order for her to start getting all of these roles. But, I mean, everybody, I guess, has to have their moment, and this was her moment. And now I hope that she just keeps on killing it and starts to get more roles, because I want to see more of Sandra.
Same. Yeah.
Well, you know, I love that story where, you know, she has got some tenacity, right? Even though she had made it, you know, it took her into her mid to late 40s
Yes, yeah.
before she now made it to the next level.
Yes.
Totally.
Right? And so I have so much mad respect
Yes.
for
100%.
people that just keep going. They
Yes.
keep going.
Yes.
They keep going. I mean, we're entrepreneurs and we're now podcasters, and we do lots of, you know, lots of different things. And, you know, it's so easy, I think, in life to just give up.
Yes.
Absolutely
Right?
it is.
You're like,
Put your
I've done this.
sweatpants
I've done it for
on.
too
Yeah.
long.
Exactly.
It's not going exactly the way I want it to. I'm
Yes.
just going to do something
There's
else.
no point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
what's the point?
She is
Yeah.
a prime example of why you do not quit.
Yes.
You keep going, and you know what? When it happens, and it can be huge.
Sure.
Absolutely can.
Yeah.
So don't give up on the dreams, people.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, I mean, J.K. Rowling, Celine Dion, like there's so many examples of women who, you know, we tend to appreciate a little bit later in their career. So, and I think also like props to like actually the audience, because the thing is that like we talked about those execs that sort of get stuck in their mind that they just need some, you know, 25-year-old white ingenue to play every single lead role, and every, you know, story needs to be centered around a man, and that's what they think is going to sell, and it keeps being proved to them over and over again. You know, how Bridesmaids was a huge success, and how other female-driven comedies and even dramas are a huge success.
Absolutely.
And so I feel like as an audience, I feel like we are also like mad respect to us, because it's just like we're saying to everyone, this is what we want. We don't, you know, just because somebody's not 25 and white and the ingenue, like we're not interested in that. We want
not.
somebody with talent, and we will follow that person, and we will, you know, pay money to see that person's movies.
100% we will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, Sandra Oh, for inspiring us, for making us live for Killing Eve, and just being a great person and a superstar Canadian.
And those bangs.
And the bangs.
I'm
And those
jealous.
bangs.
100%.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If let's say, for example, we are Sandra Oh's agent.
Okay.
Okay, and we're sitting with her, we're brainstorming, we're like, okay, well, you know, you're pretty much like killing it on Killing Eve. You are, you did Saturday Night Live, you did the Golden Globes, all the rest of it. What do we try and get next for her?
Right, yeah.
How do we top this for Sandra Oh? What do we think?
Yeah. What comes to mind is like a bridesmaids-ish comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Because she'd be so good.
Totally.
That kind of like Ocean's 8 sort of a thing.
Yes.
But even, her with like one or two other main cast members, I think could be funny. But not like let's do a buddy cop movie where it's all zany and all this. No. Like a smart, enduring comedy.
Yes, I
that
agree.
would be extremely well written.
Okay.
So we'd have to wait on that. Maybe we'd have to, fish for like the really good
A
script.
good role.
Yes.
I feel like that
Good
could be
role.
coming.
Yeah.
What about a musical?
Always.
I'm thinking a La La Land style. She's the lead, and yeah, that's what I want to see. Because
Oh, wow.
I think she's got a lot of talent.
Well, she does have a lot of talent. I guess. I never even thought of a musical.
I want her to sing and dance.
Done.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
I think she needs to be a judge on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes.
Then
Right?
you've made
She
it.
would be so good.
Sandra, please.
I know.
That would be incredible.
Oh, I would live for that moment because I think that she would have a lot to say, which would
Completely.
be incredible. I know I have to like always turn it back around to RuPaul's Drag Race.
I know, right?
I can't get enough, but I think that would be really fun, right? Don't you
Oh,
think?
totally.
Yeah.
Well, and she would have to really think about what she was going to wear because she does have a really good style.
Oh my God! If you do one thing,
Let's talk
just
about this.
Follow
Let's
her
talk.
on Instagram.
Yes.
Because oh God, her outfits are so. Whoever her stylist is, and I actually was researching and I couldn't find who her stylist was.
Maybe she's her own stylist.
And you know what? It wouldn't surprise me.
Or they could contract with different
Sure.
stylists. Yeah.
But there's not a single one that has like been called out as being her stylist.
Yes.
But she looks incredible.
Yes.
Like she has this kind of fashion sense that's a little bit more avant-garde.
Yes, yeah.
Where it's a little edgy, but
Yeah.
not too edgy where all of a sudden she's like wearing weirdy things. It's like she still has personality and still has her own style and you can see it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's why maybe maybe it's just herself because you can see herself in it. You know what I
Well,
mean?
she's
like
she's a unique beauty too.
Yes.
And I don't think
Yes.
she ever looks like she's been, looks like a mannequin.
Right, exactly.
and she can get away with pretty much anything.
Very true.
Right? Like
Absolutely.
I think because of her look, I think is so unique and she can get away with doing beautiful colors. Like I'm just scrolling through her Instagram right now and it's just like it's all the colors. Like the greens, she's wearing this beautiful gown at the Golden Globes, which is all
that's
white
a
with
Stella
the
McCartney.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was exquisite. So that was when she won, and her hair was tied back. It was exquisite. Then the red carpet, she wore this column dress of Versace, Atelier Versace, like one shoulder, but her hair was like very old Hollywood. So then she can sort of go in
Yes,
between.
totally.
She can do the full glam.
Yeah.
100%. And then she's also like, again, she's not shy of wearing like designer labels. Again, she's not shy of wearing colors, and we are so here for that because nothing pisses me off more than a celebrity who wears the same dress all the time.
Oh God.
When you have
like the same silhouette, the same totally. Totally.
like when you have all that access. Oh well, talking about Killing Eve. So on the red carpet on April 1st, she wore the sickest white suit.
Oh my
pantsuit.
God.
It is all the sex. Like, so basically she's taking that Celine Dion backwards suit and then putting it in the right way.
Yes, totally.
And showing Celine how it's done. Yeah. And then also at the SAG Awards, she wore this exquisite sort of jewel-toned ruby Jenny Packham dress. And Jenny Packham, Kate Middleton wears her all the time. And I'm bored to death. I feel like I just want to I just feel like I took like 10 Ambiens. But then when Sandra Oh wears Jenny Packham, it's exciting.
It breathes new life into it, doesn't
Absolutely.
it? Yeah.
So that just really speaks to her charm and her true unique personality.
Totally. And just going back really quickly to say, like, if we were her agent, what would be next for her? She needs to be the face of fucking Gucci. Imagine.
bitch. Yes.
Imagine. Sandra Oh, face of Gucci, work.
Get it done. Well, she's on her way. This is all happening for her.
It is.
Oh,
yeah.
Anna Wintour is probably like knocking at her door, ready for that Proust questionnaire video to be
Oh my God.
shot. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm living for her.
We're
so,
ready.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
we go.
thank you, Sandra Oh. We love you.
We do love you.
Thank you for inspiring our first mini mo.
Yes.
Anything else we need to add before we wrap it up?
Oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada's right.
Canada.
100%. Everybody say, oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada.